Cool. So this is the first group meeting that I've gotten around to doing, which is obviously not great. But I'm actually the only one in my group. So I'm working to change my work schedule and my life schedule so that I can get into a different group. But I thought I'd make this video and do my group meeting. But part one, team discussion. Discuss and make sure each team member filled out the table properly from the preparation activities. I made sure I did all the preparation activities leading up to this. Discuss the solution and method for answering question 5 from the preparation activities. Let me pop that open. Here we go. Awesome. So, study material right here. Use the fact that the sum of the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees to solve for the missing angle. So the right is 90, and then there's 42, and then there's the other angle. So 90 plus 42 is 132, and then 180 minus 132 is 48. So I know the other one is 48. And then measurement of the sides. You can, let's see. Opposite over hypotenuse. You can use the rule of sines to figure out that hypotenuse. And then once you have that, you can use the rule of sines because we just figured out A. And you just plug that into the calculator and you've got it right there. I'll go over a couple of the extension problems. My favorite probably was the first one, tangent, because you just take the opposite over adjacent and the unit circle and simplify it down, and that ends up being -1 over the square root of 3. So sine, very similar, ends up being 1/2. You reduce it down the same way. I guess I'll take a picture of this and send it to. Extension problem number 2. I solved one of the triangles here. Very similar to what's 3 and 4. But let's see what I'm actually given. I've got all the answers that I wrote down with this one. But looking here, you're given angle B. Or no, you're given 2 sides, and you've got to find angle B and angle A. The easiest way was to use what we've been learning from this week, which is the arc cosine and arc sine. So you just plug those in. Arc cosine 6 over 15 for angle B. You end up getting 66.4218 degrees. Arc sine, you plug that in, the 6 over 15, you end up getting 23.5781. Then to find the missing side, using the Pythagorean theorem of a squared plus b squared equals c squared, taking 15 squared minus 6 squared, would get a squared. Then the remainder of that is 189, and so the square root of 189 is 13.747, and that's what side B is. So that was 2, and that was kind of an easier one. Then moving on over to the cell phone towers. So I drew a little picture right there. So it's very cute. Let's see. Yeah, so you know that the height is 125 feet, which is probably one of the more standard questions that you'd want answered, and that's what the next one's all about. You also might want to know how far away the wires are. But yeah, so the angle of elevation is 32 degrees. And that's what we need in order to, plug that in. The rule of 180 degrees, we can find that the missing angle up top is 58 degrees. So we've got that. And then, sorry, I just spaced. Knowing that the height is 125 feet, and then we've got our angles, then we can use the rule of sines. Let me think, opposite over hypotenuse. Yep, sines, to figure it out, because we know that the angle's 32 and that the height is 125, so we just use height over... We know the ratios, the opposite over hypotenuse. And we know that that's 0.55142. And so the height is, the number that I got was 226.68 when trying to find that. So 125 over what, and find that x. Actually, let me just double check my math there. So multiply both sides by x. So x 0.55 equals 125. Divided by that, 0.55142. 125 divided by that same thing. Let me pop this open on my calculator here. So yeah, 125 divided by 0.55142 is, and that's very backwards, but 226.68 is what I got there. As far as the length of the guy wire. So near Sister Orm's home, a teacher in the BYUI math department, a cell phone tower is located 210 feet from the edge of the road. Would the above cell phone tower work in this location? Explain why or why not. If it does not, what solutions would you offer? I would probably never recommend a guy wire going over the road. Just spitballing. The angle, I don't think that it'd be a good idea. Just because you got a semi truck that hit it probably. The way that you could tell for sure, us knowing, we just have to find. Oh yeah, so if it was 210 feet away, we could break it down the road to a smaller one and see if that box of traffic right there that I just drew, if that intersected with that line, then we would know it's an issue. But the easier way would be to put the wires alongside the road, just like they do for normal telephone wires. That's what I would recommend. But yeah. Common question is this water tower. So it is a little messy right here, but I've got all my angles shown, and I'll put a picture of this in through. Yikes. Yeah, but so we know that you walk x plus 50 away from the water tower. We're really looking to find the height of the water tower. So we know that the, using the rule of 180, we can find the angles, so the furthest one is 19.5. And the other one is 70.5. And then obviously the right angle there is 90. But using the tangent function and then trying to simplify it down, we can find what this is. So as far as my work, that's what I thought, right? Using the answer key. So I guess I should just go through and double check and make sure that it was right. I'm sure this would be better if I was with a group, which I will soon remedy. The key. Yep, so the simple trying to find the values without the resources looks like all but one of mine were correct there. Yeah, all but one. Number 2, finding the angles and the sides for the triangle was good. It looks like the guy wire, I got a different answer for the guy wire for number 3. And then it looks like with number 4 with the water tower was the same. Cool. Sweet. And then now I will take the group quiz. I'll just hop out of this so the video is not super long, especially because I'm the only one taking the group quiz. But thank you. I'll sign off and hopefully keep on working on this.